friends, family still joining? Anyone? So which language area would be comfortable? English?
If you're giving a try.
English or Hindi? I mean the language of parliament.
English or Hindi?
English or
Hindi.
Hindi is fine or English? English? Okay. So warm welcome everybody here at Sula. My name is Gaurav. I take care of the tasting here. So I take you around the place. I explain you how we make wine here. Unfortunately, you cannot see the ongoing process because you're expecting dates after a week and 4 days. So we'll be seeing the factory and post that we'll go for tasting of 6 months. So just to give you a brief of the company's profile, how Sula came into place. So Sula was started back in the year of 1996 with a small 5-acre piece of land. When we entered the vineyards what we saw on the left on the other side, those are the estate vineyards of the grape varieties called as Chenin Blanc and Sauvignon Blanc. Both are white grape varieties coming from different parts of France. Mr. Rajiv Samant, who is the founder, who is the CEO of the company, he has started the plantations here with a person called Mr. Kerry Dembski. So Mr. Kerry Dembski, he used to work for different wineries. At that point of time in California, now he's our chief winemaker here at Sula. So they both started the plantations at this place because this was family-owned property by Mr. Rajiv, and nobody was doing anything in this place. So the first fruit, the first harvest what they got was after 3 years of plantation in the year of 1999. Out of which the first bottle of wine which was made by Sula and sold in Indian market was in the year of 2000. So since 2000 Sula is making wines here. It used to be a small boutique winery on the other side, that yellow color building what you see, that used to be Sula's sports winery. So now that place has been transformed into a resort and the place has been named as Those Source. The company Sula has been sourced from them just to pay tribute to the place. And the brand name Sula here, it comes from Mr. Rajiv's mother's name. Her name was Miss Sula. This is the first full letter of the name has been taken as it is. And the company is named as Sula. In today's date, Sula owns and operates 4 different wineries in 2 states of Maharashtra and Karnataka. This is the mother plant, first unit what we have commercially. The second unit what we have in Nasik, that is 55 kilometers from here towards a place called as Rindori. And Rindori is India's best grape growing region where we have our own estate vineyards of 300 acres and a complete commercial winery. Other 2 wineries are operated from Karnataka, one is close to Maharashtra border and fourth one that is between Bangalore and Mysore highway. So between these 4 wineries we grow our grapes and we harvest them. And the harvesting will be starting from now and we can harvest the grapes in the 3rd week of March. 3rd or 4th week maximum we can harvest the grapes. The initial step from our side that is to extract the grape juice. We extract the grape juice in 2 ways, either it's done by pressing or it's done by crushing. So the green grapes, what you call it as, we call them as white, black and white, red and green, we call it as. So the white grapes what we get here, we use a pneumatic press machine for that. The machine what you can see on the other side, that machine is used for the white grape varieties. It's called as a pneumatic press because the cylindrical surface what you see on the outer side, it has a balloon inside. So the moment we throw the grapes inside, that balloon starts inflating. Because of the pressure, the juice is being squeezed out. We collect the juice inside the tanks, we start fermenting it, we start making wines. Another method what we use for the black grapes, that's 100% crushing of the grapes because the red color what you see, that comes from the skin of the grapes. So we completely crush the grapes. When we get the pulp and skin out of it, the skin is being soaked with the grape juice for 5 to 7 days so we get the color of the skin. We get the complete color out of the skin, we start making. So in total, out of the 17 grapes what we grow here at Sula, we make around 30 to 35 different types of wines, which are classified as red, white, rosé and sparkling. So red from the black grapes, white from the green. Rosé is a blend of red, white grape juice. And sparkling wine what we make here, that's by increasing the carbon dioxide in the juice. Okay, so we'll go inside the winery and explain you how we ferment the grapes, what is done. You can click pictures from here, but please do not leave your kids alone inside the grapes because it's a commercial setup. This will explain. So you can come on this side. Okay, so this place here, it's our salon or tank hall, what we call it as. We cannot talk like this. I'll get that technique.
ఉండాలి ఎవరన్నా విడివిడిగా
కలిసి వస్తారు బ్యాచ్ కదా.
This place, it's our cellar or tank hall, what we call it as. Here we actually turn the grape juice into drinkable wines. So the tanks what you see around the place, these are fermentation tanks. The outer layer of the tank is made up of aluminium. There is a glycol solution which is like a coolant which runs through these pipes here. And the innermost layer of the tank is complete stainless steel. So stainless steel, it's a neutral metal, no taste, color, flavor comes from stainless steel. When we collect the grape juice here from different methods, either by pressing or crushing, within 48 hours we start the fermentation by adding one particular yeast called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It's a breed of yeast which you get in a dehydrated form, and that yeast has been added to the grape juice. As a part of fermentation, we get two byproducts. One is alcohol and the other one is carbon dioxide. So anybody here has been before to any of the setups like this? Any knowledge how anything? People explore a lot nowadays. Anybody? To some wineries, some part of world, any brewery, anywhere, Okay, so when we ferment the grape juice, basically, wine is something which is made by grape juice by fermentation. But the styles of making the wine is completely different. So what we make here are the red, white, rosé, what we make, that is done by the fermentation. And the different grape varieties what we grow here requires different time durations for fermentation. So when you are fermenting the grape juice from the white grapes, it ideally takes around 22 to 25 days of fermentation. For the reds, it takes around 15 to 17 days of fermentation. And for the rosé wine what we make here, it takes 10 to 12 days of fermentation. So complete journey from plucking the grapes to the glass is ideally 6 to 10 months. So one complete cycle what we make here in a year, that takes 6 to 10 months to produce whites and rosé wines. Red takes double the time duration because red wine goes to the wooden barrels for further aging as well. So the tanks what you see around, if you see the basic difference in the size of the tank, the one what you see on the other side over there, those are used for the red grape varieties, red grapes making of the red wines, because if you see the size, it's comparatively broader than the ones what you can see here. So the ones which are used here, these are used for the making of whites and rosés, because broader the surface areas of the tank over there, more the skin contact with the grape juice, and faster we get the color out of it. The ones what you see here, these are used for just blending or making of the whites and rosés. We make all the wines here. At this unit, we have 120 such tanks, what you can see around the place. Starting from the capacity of 10,000 liters, it goes up to 80,000 liters. And every year we make around 22 lakh liters of wines from this particular unit. And we also make the sparklings, the bubbly fizzy wine, what you might have seen, celebratory kind of a wine, what people open the bottle, they pop it and they spray it on each other. Champagne, what people call it as. So the only difference between a champagne and a sparkling wine is about its name. Okay, so Champagne is the name of a small city, small province in northern part of France. Only the wines, sparkling wines which are prepared in that particular region can be labeled and sold in the market as champagne. Anything which is made outside that region, we cannot call it as champagne, we call it as sparkling wines. So what we make here, it's a sparkling wine, but that is by creating the bubbles inside. That's not by injecting the bubbles. What you see in soft drinks and beer are not the same bubbles you see in sparkling wines. Those are naturally created bubbles by double fermentation, primary fermentation in the tanks here and secondary in the bottle. So we, at any given point of time, we make sparkling wines within a time duration of 12 to 15 months. So you'll find the wines in the market, sparkling wines, at least a year back. That will be a year back. From last year's harvest, you'll be finding the wines in the market now. So we make all the wines here. We'll go to the barrel room. Any questions? Anybody before that? Yeah. Yes, please. Secondary fermentation of the sparklings ideally takes around 10 months in the bottle, because it's only small portion of yeast, around 2 to 3 grams maximum. So that yeast will take a lot of time inside the bottles to convert the sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. So minimum 10 months. Okay, any questions, anybody?
What is the red wine formation time?
Fermentation reds
from
15 to 17 days.
70 months.
Aging takes a long. So aging starts from 6 to 12 months minimum.
So generally, when does your product reaches in market from the day it reaches in the factory?
6 to 10 months maximum. So the wines which were made in 2018, some of them started going to market by November last year. And 100% they would be in the market by Feb or March.
And the longest duration?
22 months. We have some wines from 2016 what went into the market in late 2018.